feet forward, practicing feet forward. I got far too many calls and queries, and I'm very clear that it should be like this because people generally don't practice. I don't hear much about a thing called feet forward. So I thought I must take another attempt to explain. So I talk today and just request or suggest my audiences that leave it at the stream. Feedback, feed forward, and I would say it certainly won't make you thinner, but surely it will make you happier. Instead of, you see, rehashing a past that cannot be changed, feed forward, it converts you it encourages you, I would say, to spend time creating a future by simply asking for suggestions for your future, listening to ideas, and just saying thank you and nothing else. It it's strange. I think it says not only same, but it's its strongest element for as it doesn't permit you to bring up the past ever. It compels you, it forces you to let go of the past and focus on future, my friend. That's why it's called feed forward. And that's important when you consider how many hours of organizational time and your productive times are lost in the endless talking about or bickering about, cribbing about, or telling about your co-workers or colleagues, how much these people are inefficient, what all mistakes they are doing. Just imagine how stressful it is, how much stress we go. It is actually something like the kind of stress which happened when the act happened, or you're not happy about it. You keep on reliving that stressful moments time and again, whether those moments are real or imagined. How often, ask yourself, how often in team building sessions they degenerate into talks like, let me tell you what you did wrong, let me tell you how things went wrong, how you spoiled the thing. And here in the practicing feed forward, you are simply, instead of telling that how things went wrong, you are supposed to ask only one thing: let me ask you what we can do now. To explain you a little better, I remember a Buddhist parable, very oftly I quote in my talks, which illustrate the challenge and the value for letting go the past, the biggest burden most of us carry, and that's a most biggest reason for spoiling the relationships too. You know, the parable or the anecdote story goes like this: the two monks were struggling by a stream on their way home to the monastery. They were coming back and the stream was there, they got to cross that. They were startled by the sound of a young woman in the vicinity, in a bridal gown maybe, sitting by the stream. She also needed to cross to the river, that stream, to go and attend her wedding. but she was fearful that doing so she might ruin her beautiful handmade gown. And in this particular sect, the monks were prohibited from touching a woman. That was the first and the most important teaching. But one monk was filled with compassion for the bride. Ignoring the teachings, he hoisted the woman, or he carried that lady on her shoulders and carried her across the stream, assisting her journey and saving her gown from getting wet and getting spoiled. She smiled and bowed with gratitude as the monk splashed his way back across the stream to join his companion. Oh God, the second monk was livid and very, very upset about it. And he was furious. He said, "How could you do that? You know that we are forbidden to touch a woman, much less pick one up and carry her around." The offending monk listened in silence to her colleague's stern lecture that lasted all the way back to the monastery. His mind wandered as he felt the warm sunshine and listened to the singing birds. And after returning to the monastery, he fell asleep for a few hours. He was jolted and awakened in the middle of the night by his fellow monk. "How could you carry that woman?" He agitated, his agitated friend cried out. "Someone else could have helped her across the stream. You are actually a bad monk." "What woman?" the sleepy monk inquired. "Don't you ever even remember that woman you carried across the stream?" His colleague snapped. "Oh, her," laughed the sleepy monk. "I only carried her across the stream, and you carried her all the way back to monastery." My friend, how true. The learning point is very simple. When it comes to our flawed part, leave at the stream only. I'm not suggesting that we should always let go the past. You should your feedback towards to the scout to scout the past and identify room for improvement. That you can't change the past. To change, you need to be sharing ideas for the future. You cannot undo your past at all. Race car drivers are taught, look at the road, not the wall. That's what feed forward does. Who knows? Not only it may help you win the race, but will definitely have a better trip around the track. That is for certain, my friend. Practice feed forward. You will be a more happier, successful, and a practical man. Thank you very much.